Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway, because their slogan is Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. Welcome to episode 152 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She is Julie Dobbs. We are back together again after the ice, the snow, the ice, the sleet, the freezing rain, the thunder sleet, the kids being home from school for 4 effing days.
Yep.
Wow, nothing like a little unexpected 6-day weekend for everyone.
I know.
But we survived. We made it.
We did.
Both your kids still alive?
Yeah.
Kelly?
They're alive, and as far as I know, they're thriving.
Alive and
But I haven't
thriving.
seen them in like a day. So.
Okay. And Kelly?
I guess I wouldn't know otherwise.
Kelly made it through the most boring all-star break ever.
Poor guy.
Bless his heart.
Worst all-star break ever. Yes.
Well, you know
one
what,
week
though?
off.
Maybe that, I mean, listen, the timing couldn't have been better for you. You had the help.
I know.
You needed it.
Seriously. They got lots of quality time.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. I mean, sometimes you just kind of have to be forced to just chill and do nothing. And I know you planned that really cool golf excursion.
Yeah,
for
I
him,
did.
but
It was
you
his
can do it
birthday
later.
present.
So you can do it later.
Yeah, that's what I said. We'll figure
After
it
the
out.
season.
We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
You'll be fine.
It was fun busting out of that, though, wasn't it?
It
Like,
was.
once we were finally able to drive, and we ate out twice in one day. We had like Mi Casina lunch and then Outback Steakhouse for dinner.
Outback? Did you get a bloomin' onion?
Uh-huh.
You did?
We did. And brown bread.
Oh, they do have that good
brown
bread. I can't remember the last time I've been to Outback Steakhouse. Okay.
This is gonna be fun. Tell everybody what's going on.
I don't feel like I'm in my right mind. I don't feel terrible, but I don't feel good.
Early stages.
I've had a sore throat. God,
a sore throat.
I've had a sore throat for 3 days, but I've felt fine. But today I woke up and I don't feel terrible. But like I said, I don't feel like I'm in my right mind.
Yeah.
So we obviously poured a glass of wine so we can make
Let's
it to
just
the
make
show.
this situation better. You're already like a little, off. Might as well double down.
Yeah, seriously. So if there are slips like that, please just know that it's because I'm not firing on all cylinders, and not because I've had too much wine, because we're just starting. But by the end of the show, it could be both. But you know what I might need is some food.
Oh,
and we're in luck.
You think so? I've got some food for us today.
Are we going to eat on the air? I think we need a sample on the air.
Yeah,
okay,
for
so
sure.
It's Super Bowl week, so the Super Bowl's coming up on Sunday. Our friends at Yo Quiero have awesome things for your Super Bowl party.
Yes.
And every day, really, in general. So, but we haven't. Did we try the bean dip last year?
No.
Okay, now they.
I don't think so.
Bean dip and spicy bean dip.
And bean dip and spicy bean dip. Are you spicy or not spicy?
I'm totally spicy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember.
And I'm a big fan of bean dip.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I could have brought you even more.
I know, and I
was
could have
packing your goodie bag today.
I know.
Trying to remember what you liked, if you like spicy or not.
I also forgot to bring you beans. I'm going to bring you beans.
Okay, you were supposed to bring me beans, and turns out I brought you bean dip.
Yeah, right.
That's okay. I don't know that we needed beans and bean dip today. That would have been.
That might have been a little beanie overload.
So we are, as always, so grateful to Yo Quiero because they've been with us for a while, and they are one of our sponsors for our show this week, which is our Super Bowl show.
Yeah,
because this is going to be the greatest mom game ever.
Will it be?
It's the Super Bowl of our shows. It's the
remember, didn't we
competition to win it all. So you better Get out of whatever funk you're in, Emily.
Okay,
because this is the Super Bowl, baby. Bring your A game.
A game. Didn't we have a Super Bowl party last year?
We have a Super Bowl party every year.
And we had like the most random snacks, like I don't know, like some
dark chocolate. I think. Okay, how many Super Bowl shows would we have had?
This would be our third.
I think that was our first Super Bowl.
The first Super Bowl. Because I think the second Super Bowl, we had kind folks at Yokiera. They felt sorry for us. So they helped us out.
The first one was like whatever we found at the bottom of our purse.
That's true.
Okay,
so you're going to try it.
Yes.
Okay, but while you're chomping on food, before you pass it over to me, we want everyone to know. How is it? I just want to lay out so I can hear you chewing. Is it really good?
It's really good.
Okay. But we want you to know that Yokiero is the ultimate dip destination.
Yep.
All of the great, delicious dips you'd want all in one spot. As you can see, look at all the dips we have. So many dips. We have guacamole, spicy guacamole, bean dip, spicy bean dip, salsa. Okay, hand me a Frito.
So, if you're a dip person, you know you just want some dips, but you're not sure what, Yokiero wants you to know that they've got a lot more than just guacamole. I mean, that's what kind of got them famous and off the ground and all that. But they've got some really yummy stuff. This is the bean dip we're trying, which is the first time I've tried it. Isn't it good? That's the spicy version.
I love spicy.
I love spicy too. And something about spicy bean dip.
I don't think I've ever heard of spicy bean dip.
I know. It's really good.
Yokiero's breaking ground.
They really are. But the reason...
oh my gosh, that's really good.
Their go-to is the guac, and the guac is just amazing. It's hand-scooped. It's all natural. It's just avocado and spices. There's none of that preservatives, none of those eights and ites and all this stuff. Like our friend Shelly, when she came on, our nutritionist friend, told us to avoid. None of that stuff is in your guacamole. It's delicious. It's easy to serve. No mess, no fuss. It's ready when you are. They even have the guacamole little minis that you can put in your kids' lunches with some carrots or some chips or crackers or whatever. So the guac is really good. The queso.
Did you get queso and you didn't bring me any queso?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You didn't bring any queso.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about. You brought me everything but the queso.
What's queso?
That's bullshit.
I must not have even noticed.
Really? You are
okay.
You hoarded the queso and the margaritas.
I didn't. So
you're so selfish.
The margaritas were an accident.
Okay.
The queso, I felt like I always bring you extra, but then you don't want it.
I have never not wanted queso.
Don't yell at me.
You're lying.
I'll drive it to your house. There were only two, and there was
one for you.
They were different kinds, though. There was actually a moment. Kelly was helping me pack, and he had them both in there. And then I was like, "Wait, did you save one for us?" And he was like, "Well, there were two different kinds, and you wanted one of everything." And so I looked at it, and I was like, "Okay, white queso, and then like regular queso." I was like, "How do I decide? I don't know what she wants. I don't know what I want. I can't make this decision."
So I'm just gonna keep them both.
Yes.
Good Lord.
When you receive the shipment, you can keep the queso.
This is true. Okay. Carry on.
But no, there were just two, but I do have tons of coupons to go get free ones.
Okay.
So I'll give you those too.
Thank you.
Because Tara, who helps us with this, is just so awesome and gracious, and we love getting our shipments from her. But the queso is yummy, premium cheese, keto friendly. It's gently blended with some fresh veggies. You can heat it and eat it in the container. It's a one-stop shop. You just pop that bad boy in the microwave, and you are ready to go. It's so good. You love it, right?
I do. Well, it would be nice to have some right now, but that's okay. Okay, continue eating. Yes, so thank you. And then also to the salsa, made with vine-ripened tomatoes, fresh veggies. It is vegan. You can find all of this in the fresh section. God, it's going to be a problem. You can find it all in the fresh section of the grocery store.
Not what she said. Not that section.
Not the damn chip aisle.
Not the section.
Damn it. Okay, the section. Okay, so we've survived. We're on to the Super Bowl. We're excited. Are you doing anything for Super Bowl?
I'm probably going to a Super Bowl little gathering.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten that far yet. Is that Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah. I need to plan.
But it's called Super Bowl Sunday.
I know, but like this Sunday is what I meant.
It is.
Because I have to either bring kids or get a babysitter.
Yeah.
To the gathering. So
Yeah, we're doing kids at our house, and then we're only going to party through halftime. So everybody will stay for halftime, and then everyone go back to your house because it's school night.
So
like,
how did you
I'm
say
not
that?
trying to rage.
How did you say that?
My girlfriends are close enough where I'm like, you're cordially invited to a Super Bowl party at our house that will end after halftime is over. I just know that,
Just
I'm not
know
trying
that
to
I want you
tie
to
one
leave
on.
after the
Right.
halftime show.
Yeah, and it's more my husband than it is me because I don't have like serious work.
Yeah.
We shoot the next day, but not till like 1. It's not like,
Yeah.
but I do have to get the kids up and get ready for school. So we'll see. But yeah, that's our plan. So far, I've only received 1 RSVP. Maybe they're a little turned off by the halftime exit.
Maybe they want to stay for the whole game. Because if they're in transit, depending on how far they live, then you're missing some.
They don't live
action.
far. Everyone lives like within like 5 minutes.
Well, then I don't know. I'm just trying to make up excuses. Maybe they're not your friends.
Maybe they just don't like me that much. That's cool. It's happened many times before.
I'm sure that'll be a really fun party.
It will be fun. Okay, so
Are you excited for Rihanna?
what? Why did you say it like
Because
that?
she has so many H's in her name. Rihanna?
I thought it was only 1 H.
Rihanna. I don't think there's like 3.
There is 1
I know.
H.
I'm exaggerating, but I think there's 2.
Hold on.
I'm not excited really for her.
No, she has 1 H in her name.
Oh, really?
Why are you shaming Ronnie?
Well, because
Rowanna.
it's Rihanna.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just spelled weird.
It's not. I feel like you're trying to bust on Rihanna and you don't have any really just cause for that.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the Super Bowl. I'm excited for Rihanna. I think she'll be
Rihanna.
great.
I feel like she spells it weird.
I think she'll be great. She's kind of a badass. I like her.
Yeah. I don't know. She just hasn't done much lately, right?
Yeah, she's gonna bring it all back though.
Ready to hear Umbrella again?
Oh my, that song is such an ass whip.
It is.
Under my umbrella, Ella, It's just like,
yeah.
Please stop.
It's on all of the lists for most.
But I
most
think she's
annoying
great.
Song.
Oh really?
Yeah, we did actually just segment on it last week.
Yeah.
That's what we do on my new radio station. Is
Awesome.
play. We're like, well, these are the most annoying songs, and we're gonna play them now
Over and over again.
Yeah, but that was on there.
Okay, so I had a funny story to tell you.
Okay.
So we had our first softball practice of the season last night or yesterday afternoon. The Dirt Divas
Dirt Divas are back.
back again for my second year, season 2. Still the head coach against my better judgment. No, I'm just kidding. The girls are adorable. They're all excited. So anyway, Hattie, my daughter, kind of gets a little excited at practice and stuff and wants to entertain everyone and blah, blah. So she's goofing around and stuff. And so I'm trying to get the girls to pay attention. And so I stop. I'm like, y'all, please quit jacking off. And then I started, and there's 2 other coaches. I mean, whatever. The 2 other coaches were there. And I looked up and I was like, no. And I was like, I mean, jacking around, stop. And Steve, one of the coaches, is like, oh, somebody's still working the rust off, not quite in mid-season form yet. And I look at the other guy, Brad, and he's like former Marine or Navy, military guy, like very buttoned up. And so I'm like, oh, fuck, what's he going to think of me? And so I look over and he just starts laughing.
Oh, gosh.
And then Hattie's like, what are you laughing at? And I was like, nothing. Just shut up and play softball. But I was like, I mean, I said jacking off.
Yeah.
Quit jacking off. But it's not like I was like,
You didn't mean it like that.
quit masturbating. Like, I
So
just was
when
like,
someone-
quit
So
jacking
usually,
around.
Yeah, usually someone would say jacking around, but you said jacking off because
that's where my mind
that's
is.
where your mind is at. Yeah.
Bless me.
That's
Anyway,
funny.
I thought you would enjoy that.
I do enjoy that.
Thank you. Teaching.
We're still trying to teach the first graders their big dance.
Oh, yeah.
It's Friday. I know.
Really?
Yeah. So we had another practice yesterday, and we had to miss a practice in the freeze. So it was canceled. So we had to reschedule it yesterday. And
that's another thing about the fucking freeze.
Yeah.
Is all the rescheduling.
I know.
It's like you lost a week of your life.
I know. And everything has to find
And
a
now
new
you're
place.
yes.
Most
Sorry.
of the stuff, I guess, that we lost wasn't like anything that really needs to be made up besides this. Because, if it was like dance class or whatever,
Right.
like they just cancel it. But we did it yesterday in like a cul-de-sac near the elementary school because we couldn't get into the school because it was Sunday. And it was wild. And yesterday was warm.
Oh my gosh.
After the freeze.
It's so ridiculous.
I know.
The weather.
It was hot yesterday.
Yes.
So all the little boys were like, I need my water. We were like pouring water down their mouths and they took all their shirts off. It was like, They just
Only like 75.
it was 70. I know. 70 like hit 70. I know.
Okay.
But it was just so different from how cold it had been.
Right.
But no, they're doing well. It'll be exciting. This is my first talent show, but apparently it's a big deal, like everything.
Please, video. Please.
I will.
Please.
I know.
I need to see all the video.
Yep, it should be fun. But I hear you on the trying to get kids to listen thing.
Oh my gosh. It's so ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I feel like girls are even worse.
Really? I was thinking girls were better. The
Well,
boys are like wrestling and like jumping
True.
all over everything and like taking off their
physical
shirts.
violence.
Yeah, like they can't keep their hands to themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you're right.
I don't know. I think they're all crazy.
They're all crazy. Okay, let's get into some sports. It's Super Bowl week, like you said. Sports Courts brought to us by our friends at Bela, Scott, and White.
Yes, it is. Our friends at Baylor, Scott, and White. We had the really fun Instagram live last week.
Yep.
That was really cool for the virtual event. And we are working on an event that they have coming up with the Stars Foundation that's going to be happening this week. But we appreciate Baylor, Scott, and White for their support, as always.
They are the exclusive medical provider of the mom game. And I love how they give us like different topics and different based on kind of, it's like Heart Awareness Month. And so they, whatever, they're trying to gear stuff toward our audience in particular, and kind of open our eyes and broaden our horizons about some, health issues that maybe you don't think about.
Yep.
All those different kinds of things. So they've been a fantastic partner for us. We are thrilled that they are a supporter of the mom game, and we're thrilled with the knowledge that they provide to us. It's kind of cool to kind of have a direct line to experts in the medical field and ask them questions and kind of have just a free forum there.
I felt like I wasn't worthy to have like a one-on-one conversation with a real cardiologist the other day. I was like, oh, she's so smart, and this is such topical, interesting information. And a quick shout out to them because I do have another surgery coming up next week with Baylor, Scott, and White. And it's not a big deal surgery. And we're going to shoot Monday. And then I don't think it'll affect really our shoot schedule.
Yeah, every surgery is a big deal, though, just so you know.
Yeah. I mean, I got to go under and do all that. But I was needing to reschedule an appointment. And it was so simple because now they do everything online. Like bswhealth.com if you want to go check out what Baylor, Scott, and White has going on. But I rescheduled an appointment online on a Sunday, which made we were trying to plan something this week. And I was like, well, let me rearrange. And I just feel like they've been adapting really well to where everything is very handy. So thank you to Baylor, Scott, and White, and a pre-thank you for my surgery.
A pre-thank you. Pre-thank you.
Yes. So Super Bowl.
Yeah. Who are you rooting for?
Chiefs, Eagles. I feel like it's a great matchup.
I do too.
I feel like it's the two teams that should be there. And I definitely am rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yay, me too.
Yes.
Me too. So is I don't think Mike really cares much, but my kids are definitely rooting for the Chiefs because of Pat Mahomes, and the Texas Tech connection there. And something super cool. Something super cool. So Texas Tech reached out to me and asked if I would voice this thing that they're doing for Pat. That will release, I believe, this Friday or Saturday before the Super Bowl, just like on Texas Tech's social media channels and all that kind of stuff. So they asked if I would voice it. And
so your voice?
It's my voice. And I was actually super honored. Like sometimes I get annoyed when people ask me to do things.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. Can you say you are too? You get
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have a pending. There's
a lot of things that people ask, and and sometimes you're flattered that someone would think of you to do, but sometimes you're like, oh, I just don't have time or whatever, whatever. But I was really honored that they thought of me to voice this thing for.
You.
And Henry
you
was just
are tech.
I
love it.
I'm trying to be tech. But Henry thought it was so cool. He was like, are you going to get to meet Pat Mahomes? And I was like, no, honey, this is just for Texas Tech social media stuff. So anyway, I'll be sure and retweet it and stuff whenever they put it out there. I already voiced it. So I just voiced it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
And I sent them a couple different files just so they would have some options or whatever.
So it'll be like a minute long social media video or something to say good luck.
Yeah. So it's basically like the whole gist of it is people are tired. They're tired because you win too much and you blah, blah, blah. And that, you'll always be uncommon, and we're bound together because we all went to Texas Tech, and it's just like a cool little script that they had that I've always. That's basically just like we're pulling for you and
that's so
go
fun.
get another one. And
and you're part of the fam.
Yeah, so I thought it was
great.
super cool.
Yeah, you know, I have a lot of friends that live in Kansas City because I went to Mizzou, so I always live vicariously through them whenever the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. I'm saying like it keeps happening, but no, it's super fun to see them. They've had so many bad years where they didn't really have anything to root for, but I feel like they're such hardcore fans. Like at least everybody I knew even when I was in college, like they were hardcore Chiefs fans even when they were losing. And so those are the types of fans that you like to see be rewarded with really good teams. And yeah, Patrick Mahomes is just awesome. Fun to watch.
He's
really
so
good.
fun to watch. And you know what? I mean, I will say this even too as a Cowboys fan. I love watching Jalen Hurts play too. I mean, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's a great story. I think he's a phenomenal player. The weapons that he has. I just think, I think that you can't find much better of a quarterback matchup than what's in this,
Yeah. No, it should be a lot of fun. I think the line, let's see.
I thought it was like 2, Philly by 2.
Yeah, 1.5 for Philly. So are you putting any money on it?
Did I tell you I threw money down on the TCU game?
No, you didn't.
Worked out very well. I don't know if you remember the final score in the national championship game, but it was a lot to a little.
Oh, no.
The spread was not 50, so I did not. The Frogs did not cover. So
was it like 19 or something?
I don't know. It wasn't even that high.
Oh,
but 13? They lost by like 800.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like, anyway, I'm sure I'll do a little friendly side wagers. We'll do some squares and all that kind of stuff. You want to start? You need me to find you a bookie?
No, but I like when you just place bets for us, like you did that one time.
Oh, we still have money in that account.
Oh, well then let's do it.
If that place didn't go out of
would they go out of business with our money?
Duh.
That's sad.
Yeah,
that's our own fault, huh?
Yes. Okay. I will. Are we putting it all on? Put it all on the Chiefs?
Don't we have to?
Yeah.
As Cowboys fans, Chiefs are +1.5. The money line is +1.5.
God, why can't I think? Now I don't even know the website that I put our money in.
Oh, Emily,
it was only $100.
You're our accountant.
I know. Well, I don't think this had
the
go on the
over-unders.
books.
Eagles. The over/under's 50.
See, I love the over in that.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I would bet the under in that.
You would. I think about like 28-24.
Yeah, that's true.
What site are you on right now?
It's just an article, like a CBS article. It's not a betting site. I don't even know how to do that.
Well, I'm gonna have to find out where it is.
Oh, but in betting news, quickly, like I haven't read into it yet. I want to present it on my radio show soon, all of the ins and outs of it. But we are going to be able to bet on legalizing gambling in Texas in the upcoming November election.
We're going to get to bet on it or we're going to vote on it?
Sorry. We're going to bet on legalizing game. That'd be weird. We're going to get to vote on it. So like, I don't know.
Really?
It's super close.
Wait, okay. Like in casinos or just like on sports betting?
All of it.
All of it?
Yep. Casinos. And they've got like,
Shut up.
They have like laid out plans for if it passes where the sports books will be. Like one of them's going to be at the dog racing place in Lone Star Park. Like it's going to turn into, they already have plans, and like the Mavs have a plan. Mavs and Stars, I think, are going to do some big thing together. Like it's all laid out, just waiting for things to be legalized.
Well, I think that's the case in Arlington as well, by the ballpark.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure. But Texas Live, man, it'll be going off.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
Can you handle it?
If
we can bet on things here?
and check.
Ooh.
I'm okay because let me tell you something. I've been able to bet on things for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. But if it's like really all around,
where I will be worried for my safety and well-being financially is if I can go down the street and play blackjack. Yeah.
I think you can.
That's gonna be a thing.
Or will be able to. Yeah. So that's just something that we'll keep a TMG
myself,
the news desk here on the Mom Game is going to keep a sharp eye
on the news desk. Okay. The other big sports story. Well, first of all, quick shout out, Ian Kinsler named assistant to the GM. I'm so stoked. I'm so glad he's back. I think he'll be great. We've had Ian as a guest and he's a dear friend. And the thing I love most about Ian is he doesn't pull punches. You know what I mean? He's not going to sugarcoat stuff. He will. And I think Chris Young was very, very smart to make this hire because Ian is not going to be one of those that just agrees with everything. I'm not saying he's surrounded by people like that right now, but I'm just saying as far as Ian will not hold back.
Yeah.
He will tell you how he feels. He may not always be right, but he's not going to sugarcoat stuff or just agree with you for the sake of agreeing with you because you're, the guy in charge or whatever. Yeah. Like he's going to be honest. So I think that's a really, really good move for the Rangers.
You think he'll be going in every day instead?
No.
He got one of those special
the
jobs.
Special assistants.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, come on. Like,
I didn't think
Darren
so,
Oliver
but then when you start talking about it,
Darren Oliver and Michael Young and Colby Lewis and they all Pudge. I mean, it's like they're all very special.
Yeah.
But they're not working 9 to 5 going into the office every day punching the time clock.
Yeah.
So, but they are good sounding. They're good sounding boards. They're great. They've all seen a lot of things and are well respected around the game. So I think it's a great move for the Rangers to bring Ian Kinsler back. But the big story, and we're recording on Monday where this is still kind of a fluid situation. So by Thursday, this could either be completely wrong or completely right. Because now I'm hearing that the Kyrie thing it's not official.
It will be.
The Kyrie Irving trade. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you're pretty confident in it.
Yeah. I think what
they're just waiting on physical or?
Yeah. They haven't officially announced it, just like anything. It takes a day to have the trade call or whatever to make it official.
Okay.
But I think for people that haven't heard and don't know what we're talking about, so the Dallas Mavericks made a giant trade yesterday, and you said this is Monday. Yeah, when we're shooting. So it happened Sunday evening.
Yeah.
And the Mavericks.
Because basically he came out Friday and was like, I'm demanding a trade.
He wanted to get out of there, out of Brooklyn. They wanted him out. They traded for Kyrie Irving. They traded away Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, a first-round pick, and a second-round pick.
Years down the road.
Yeah. So it was a big giant trade, and Kyrie Irving is the most controversial NBA player.
Oh, without question.
So now he's here. So it'll be really interesting. I think what might not be done is if they're going to trade for anybody else, if they're going to do anything else. Markieff Morris came along, right, in the trade with Kyrie Irving, and I don't know much about him.
No, I know he has a brother, and the brother is supposedly the better of the Morris brothers in terms of numbers and stats in the NBA. But yeah, but it does seem like, people have been critical of Mark Cuban for not kind of making that big splash, and he's tried. It just doesn't seem like they've worked a lot, like Lamar Odom, Kristaps Porzingis, Chandler Parsons, seems like the big swings they've taken. And I'm not saying they haven't all hit. Tyson Chandler was a big swing and
that worked.
Big ass hit.
Yeah. This one is, those other guys were more role player guys, and
true.
Maybe KP had bigger potential to be the number 2 guy, but this is a top 10 talent in the NBA, and this is somebody that can really change the complexion of your team and somebody that can really complement Luka Doncic, which is what we've all been wanting to happen. There were even murals saying bring help with Luka, and then Mark Cuban took offense to that and blah, blah, blah. And that was a thing. But that's how widespread the thought was from anybody who's watched the Dallas Mavericks game this season knew that Luka needed help.
Yeah. And he's so Kyle, oh my gosh, I can't even talk. Kyrie Irving is there. His talent level is not, I don't think, what's in question at all by anyone. What is in question is the fact that he's played about half the games over the last 4 seasons for various reasons, not getting the COVID vaccine, playing in Brooklyn, blah, blah, blah. And he just has some hot political opinions. He's got hot opinions. He's not afraid to share them, which, listen, everyone's entitled to their opinions. But when you are a public figure, you do have to realize that when you throw those opinions out, you're going to get, waves of responses, both positive and negative. And a lot of times, they're going to be heavily favored on the negative side because people like to disagree more than they agree.
Yeah. The problem to me is that he continues to put out those controversial opinions publicly, like you can have those opinions. Like it's basically like conspiracy theory stuff. Like he's into that kind of thing. And a lot of, people are in this world. Some people are into that. Like, but to say that you've kind of learned your lesson, like after he said that the earth was flat, he was a flat earth guy for a little bit. And then he like put out a really genuine good like apology and was like, I was dumb. I was falling for conspiracy theory stuff because I was just going into like rabbit holes on the internet. It's like, but then to do it again and then again, like that's what was a little worrisome. But I think that maybe he's just somebody that needs a fresh start in a new city and all that stuff. Yes, it's going to follow him, but it's not following him with the organization.
And also, too, a fresh start with people he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
I mean, he's comfortable with Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
He's comfortable with Nico Harrison.
Yep.
The reason he's comfortable with Jason Kidd is because he played under him.
They played
or together.
Yeah, I think they know. I mean,
they have like a very. I mean, they have a legitimate connection. It's not just like, ooh, I grew up watching him. He's looks pretty cool and can pass really well.
Right.
And then Nico Harrison was kind of his guy at Nike, which Nike, by the way, has dropped him.
Right.
But
and Nico's not there anymore either.
No. But yeah. So so you have to think that they went to Cuban and were like, look, we have the resources available to, make this as little of a distraction off the court, wave causing element to our locker room. Yeah. We have those resources to deal with it. So why not bring in one of the top 10 talents in the NBA?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I'm super pumped for it. I was just like watching some of his highlights earlier today. Just because it's one of those things where you know who he is, but I haven't like watched a ton of his games.
Same.
Like I watch the Mavs, and if they're not playing the Mavs, I don't really watch. I go find something else like hockey or whatever, or I go to sleep. These days, but just watching him play, I was like, I couldn't stop smiling. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna be on our team with Luka Doncic. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fun to watch. Hopefully, he can just like focus on basketball, and then we'll see what happens in the off season. This is an expiring contract, basically. So the Mavs have time to decide if they want to offer him a new deal in the offseason. And if they don't, then they will all of a sudden have a lot more cap space than they did have before they traded away Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith. So to me, it's kind of like I don't know, what do you have to lose?
Right.
Like it's a win now feeling right now for the Mavericks, and if you want to win now, you had to do something to bring Luka some help.
Well, and you get a little taste of what it would be like before, instead of going into the offseason and he's a free agent, and then you say, like, we don't know if you're going to work out, but we're going to give you $1 gazillion on a 4-year deal or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a little trial period. Like, let's see how this, see how it works out. If it works out great, then we'll pay you a shit ton of money. If it doesn't, then we'll part ways.
And if you know that that's on the line too as a player, guess what? You're busting your ass to try and get yourself a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So if the Mavs can be a benefactor of that contract situation and that type of play out of him, then we could be talking about really competing for a championship this season. And we were not anywhere near that
crazy
2 days ago.
Yeah. Crazy to think about.
Yeah. So
Luka's still out with the heel contusion, but should be back.
Hopefully
sooner rather than later.
He's not playing tonight, but now they're probably like, let's just rest him. Let's wait till we get all this stuff finalized.
Yeah.
And then we'll be really ready to rock with Luka and his new number 2.
New number 2.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on to some newsy stuff. TMG News Desk brought to us by our friends at Early Bird CBD Gummies. That, you know what I might do after the show? I'm going to pick up the kids from school, and then I'm just going to go take a couple gummies and go lay in bed.
Sounds nice.
Just so I can try to get my
Mine aren't quite old enough to do that.
No.
But you should.
It'll get there.
You've worked hard to get to this point.
So I've
older kids
relied heavily on the early birds during the ice adventure of 2023. So just to, because you're, all the wheels spinning about all the things you got to do and reschedule, and how this week's going to be a nightmare because last week was basically a net zero return on anything. So yeah, I rely heavily on those to just chill me out. Has a hint of THC in it just to give you that nice little zing. And then the CBD, part of it obviously makes you chill out. Everybody, can benefit from a little chill out. Definitely helps me sleep. So they have been game changing for me. If you're looking for a good Valentine's Day for the honey bunny in your life, use the code VDAY for 20% off. So head on over to earlybirdcbd.com. Get yours, order them today. The perfect Valentine's Day gift for that special someone in your life. And get the strawberry ones because they're pink for Valentine's Day.
And they're actually my favorite flavor.
They're my favorite flavor too.
Yeah.
I like the lemon, but I really do like the...
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the water. I'm not a big fan of watermelon flavored things, period. I'm not a big fan of watermelon.
Really?
I don't really eat watermelon.
Oh, I like watermelon.
Yeah.
I like the watermelon more than the lemon. But yeah, if you
do.
guys are wondering what flavor to get, if you have any questions, if you want to ask us about it, holler at your girls. Because we are CBD gummy experts. Thanks to Early Bird.
For sure. Okay, so I've got some breaking news.
Oh.
I took my insurance exam
on
Friday. I took 2 practice tests before, and I scored a 61 and a 59.
Okay.
Got to get 70 to pass. So I went into the exam not really and I talked to a number of people that said sometimes, I had to take it 2 or 3 times or blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to go in with no expectation because I don't want to get pissed at myself. This is definitely out of my realm. So I go in on Friday. I actually stayed up kind of a little bit late. I had a girls' dinner on Thursday night. We were all anxious to get out of the house. And so the girls all went to dinner and then came back to my house for a little while. And so I just was like, I'm not going to stress about it because I'm probably not going to pass it. So I woke up the next morning. Then I didn't know if they were open because of the ice. So I call and I'm trying to figure out, do I go or do I not? They finally answer the phone. They're like, we open at 9. And I was like, well, that's when my test is. And they're like, okay. So I go in and take it. And I'm like sitting down.
Go in somewhere?
You have to go. Oh, yeah. You have to go in. They take your picture. They lock up your stuff because they don't want you cheating or someone else taking it for you.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a big thing. So I go in and I'm like starting out. I'm like, okay, I kind of feel like I'm doing okay. Then I hit like a rough spot where I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know that I answered any of the last 10 questions right. And then I finish.
Is it like multiple choice?
Yes. So it's like 145 questions.
Jeez.
And there are 4 options for answers.
Ugh.
And so then I get done. It takes like an hour and 15 minutes. And so the lady's like, did you get your test printout? And I said, no. And I'm thinking they'll email me the results or whatever. And so she hands it to me and I looked at it and I go, holy shit, I passed.
Oh.
And she goes, yeah, you did. And I was like, I can't believe it. And she was like, congratulations, girl. And I could not believe it. I mean, I did study and I did the coursework and all that kind of stuff, but I think I was domed out. So
yeah,
I passed my test.
I had never had a doubt.
I had huge doubts. So, and then I went and got my fingerprints done today. You got to send all that off to the state. So I don't know how soon, but I'll be a licensed insurance agent in the state of Texas.
Wow.
Holler at me for all of your insurance needs.
Or your CBD gummy needs.
Or your CBD gummy needs. Or your clean crafted wine needs.
Or your guacamole needs.
Or your guacamole needs. I can meet so many of your needs. Just, well, actually, I'm going to draw the line at some of the needs.
Yeah.
But I can meet a lot of needs, not all your needs, but I can meet specified needs.
Foot pics.
I can meet specified needs that I approve. Yes.
Well, good. Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm
That's
excited.
awesome.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. When does the work stuff start for that?
So I think once I get my license, then I'll kind of delve into like the specific, it's kind of like insurance investment type stuff. And so I'll dive more into that so I can be, very well versed on like kind of the specific things that I'm going to offer.
Cool.
I know. I'm super excited. So
that is very exciting. I get like breakout in hives thinking about going and taking a test.
Well, I swore I would never do it.
I have nightmares about
it's awful. It's awful.
Bad.
And it was kind of in my craw and it was kind of wearing it. So the fact that part is over with, I'm like, okay, now I got this. And then I probably will never take another test again for the rest of my life.
I hope to never.
Yeah.
Good job. Good for you. Now it's over with.
Thank you. It's over.
That's awesome.
The test. Okay. What else? You sent me something on Travis Kelce's mom.
Oh, well, it's just a shout out to the moms because we have a mom that has both of her sons facing each other in the Super Bowl. So that's all that was.
Right. But it says there's an online petition for Donna Kelce, the mother of the Kelce brothers, to perform the coin toss at the Super Bowl.
Yes, there is. People want her to do the coin toss.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
I know.
Have brothers? ever played each other in the Super Bowl?
They haven't.
Well, yeah, come on.
Her name is Donna Kelsey. So her sons, Jason and Travis Kelsey, Travis for the Chiefs, Jason for the Eagles, are facing off against each other in the Super Bowl. And I can't even imagine what that feels like. She's the first mother in NFL history to have two sons go head to head in the Super Bowl. And she's been on like all of the shows. Like I saw her in Good Morning America talking about it and everything else. She's really cool. She's really like football savvy. Obviously she says she's a huge fan of the game. So she's like, I'm just going to be watching as a fan, but I'm also preparing myself for one of my sons losing a Super Bowl, right? Like that's the tough part too. But yeah, people are petitioning, I guess, for her to do the coin toss, which
I feel like this is a no-brainer.
I know, but it's the NFL, right? Like they're probably going to have the no fun police and say like, well, it's got to be a referee or blah, 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 or there's a liability or then we don't want anyone to argue. I don't know, but I do love it. It's a story that a lot of,
I mean, it's not like she's the mom of two brothers on the opposing teams.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And, with an offensive lineman and a tight end, they're never on the field together.
No.
So she was glad about that too. I'm just looking for my
Oh,
charger.
okay. Okay. Everyone stand by. Stand by for Julie to plug in her charger or do something.
I guess I can't.
Okay. Well, everyone go and search Google the Kelsey thing.
Yeah, well, that was the whole story. Yeah.
Donna Kelsey. Yeah, but everybody can sign the petition if they want.
Yeah, they can.
Sign it. Change.org.
Let's see if anything
#/
happens.
Kelsey mom.
There you go.
That's not it. But you just Google it. I'm sure you'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's super cool. I think it's a no-brainer. I think they should totally do it, which means they won't. But that's okay. Okay. Final segment. We've got What's on your feed? Brought to us by our friends at Panther City Lacrosse. Yes, we love Panther City Lacrosse.
We do. We had a lot of fun going to the Panther City Lacrosse game.
Yes, we did.
And then they took a little break like for the new year, but they have a couple of games coming up. The next one is coming up pretty soon, February 11th. It is Panther City versus the Vancouver Warriors, and we will send out a link if you want to get tickets. They start at $12.50, and it's just a really fun. It's at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, so if you live in Fort Worth or nearby, I think it is something that you should definitely consider doing, taking your kids to go do. It's very affordable. It's really fun. You're close to the action. It's a really fast-paced. There were even some fights when we were there, but I know both of my kids loved it, and then my husband loved it because he is from Canada, and in Canada, like everyone plays hockey or lacrosse, I feel like. So it's really cool. We're really excited to be working with them and to be spreading the word. So I know we have plans to post these links and a little more info about the upcoming games, but go check out Panther City Lacrosse.
Yeah, super cool, great entertainment, affordable for the family. It's awesome. Dickies Arena is a fantastic venue. So yeah, we loved our partnership with Panther City
Lacrosse, and they sell wine. They sell Noble Vines.
Clearly,
wine.
I need more, and maybe some prescription medicine. Okay, so there's a couple things that I've thought about. First of all, I just was checking my text while you were doing the Panther City read, and I opened this picture of a man in his underwear on a bed covering his ding dong.
Oh, I was going to have you check it out on the spot. Okay.
What?
Wait, so Emily, moving on. This is one
where
of my
did you
topics
get this?
of what's on your feed.
That's what I mean. Where did you get that? What is?
Explain what I sent you.
You sent me a picture of a man wearing mocha colored boxers or briefs on a bed covering his junk.
Who is it?
Is it Tom Brady?
It's Tom Brady.
Where did you get this? Is Tom Brady sending you?
He's sexting me.
Is he? Where did he post this?
Yes.
Where?
His career has taken a sharp turn. So he just retired and he's already posting naked pics. He's posted on Twitter, on Instagram, on everything.
He's for the record, he's not naked.
He's covering up his private parts.
He has briefs on.
Yeah.
What was the caption with this? Was there a caption or is it just like here?
Did I do it right? And then he tagged Gronk, Edelman, and then his brand. So then the next one is you knew the plug was coming, and then it's a picture of his boxer briefs.
Oh my gosh.
So he's trying to sell his underwear on social media, and he didn't you can try to sell your underwear without posting this pic, but he knew this would get everybody talking. He's sitting on a bed taking a selfie. It looks like like if you were on a dating app and you're like, send me a pic. Like it looks like the pic that he would have sent. And it's very shocking.
This is so
and I feel like,
disturbing to me.
Isn't that weird?
Like,
I don't need to do that. It's like
But do you think, is he,
I
is
feel
this
like
like, oh my
He's
God,
gonna-
I can't talk.
he's going to go down a weird road.
Is this like killing two birds with one stone? Like, oh, by the way, I have an underwear line, but also two, by the way, I just retired from football and I got a divorce.
Yes.
And I'm single and ready to mingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that 45-year-old midlife crisis stuff.
I know, but can't. I mean, you're Tom Brady. You
I
don't need
know.
to put it out there like that.
I know. And maybe it's not, but it was definitely weird.
That's real. Yeah. Well, God bless him.
God bless him.
He has a phenomenal physique. Like, let's be real. He's 45 years old. But he doesn't eat like avocado ice cream and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's so great for people
Probably
who want to
only
eat stuff
eats
like that.
Yokir guac.
That's what I mean. I mean, it's like if this is the life you've chosen and and it makes you feel good, because from all accounts, like people really like that. But then I'm like, I don't know. I don't have the intestinal fortitude to deprive myself of good shit. That's for
Oh
sure.
God, no.
Okay. So that was the Tom Brady pick that you put in the rundown.
Uh-huh.
And then this other thing, I did see your writer joke, which we'll talk about. I want to end with that. But one thing that's driving me crazy, do you keep, oh, here comes Luds.
Letty,
come.
come,
Yeah, please.
Letty, come talk with us.
Come sit down. Come sit down.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't want this to happen.
Yes,
Well,
you
then
did.
you don't walk in the door. Do you
It's
want
Craig
some
Ludwig. You never know what's gonna happen.
Do you want some Fritos
on
and bean
the mom
dip?
game?
Okay. Okay, sit down. Have you been on the socials lately? No.
What's that mean?
Like Twitter,
What does
Instagram?
that mean?
No.
So
What am I missing?
There's a thing. You know how these things go like viral or whatever, and it's like, who's the best? Right. Did you see the picture of Tom Brady?
Okay. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Is he
Posted
naked?
that of himself.
No, he has an underwear line.
And so he's posting that like on Twitter. What's the deal, Luds?
I don't know.
Why is he
Yeah.
doing that?
Because
Maybe
you know why? Because he's rubbing it into the Giselle or whatever her
That's
name
what I
is.
said. He's killing two birds with one stone. He's pimping his underwear, and then he's also being like, "Hey,
Yeah.
ladies, look at this."
Yeah. Well, he can get away with it though.
He can get away with a lot. So this was the thing. Other thing I saw on social media that was like, "Who's the best?" And it'll be like, Who's the best Julie ever? Who's the best Bill ever?
Like just with a name?
Have you seen this? And then,
No.
but it's brilliant because then people are chiming in,
Yeah.
like, "Who's the best Julie?" Oh, obviously it's Julie Dobbs.
Obviously.
But I like people think of these things to get people
Yes.
to retweet, quote tweet, and all that, and I'm like, this one is got to be the most like
haven't seen it.
elementary.
Isn't that called stirring the pot?
No, it kind of, but it's almost like the easiest, cheapest form of getting like
I know.
likes, retweets,
You see
comments,
this
and follows.
it'll have like within minutes it'll have like 5,000 likes or comments.
And
But,
I'm like,
yeah.
who's responding to these things? Who is
Bored
responding?
They're called bots.
Who's
They're not even real.
who's the best Luddy? I mean,
I just heard Joe Rogan
on
say
there.
that 80% of tweets are bots or whatever they're called
80%.
on Twitter.
Okay,
On Twitter.
Man, those bots are busy.
the bots are
They're
busy.
busy bots. Hey, Letty, what's
Yes.
your Super Bowl prediction?
Philly.
Philly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Think it's going to be close or not?
I don't. I hope so.
Final score.
Yeah, Philly's going to put up at least 32.
See, I told you over.
Yeah,
Over's the
I think. Oh, what is it now? What's
50.
the over?
50?
Yeah, over. I take the over.
Over's the play.
Yeah,
I think that's the play for sure.
and it'll be tails on the opening time
Hey.
toss. Yeah.
All right, you
Oh,
heard it here first.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
You're shooting a show today.
Yeah, if you guys would shut up,
I
I'd
know.
like to get out of here.
That's
We
So
don't
thanks
shut
for having
up.
me in
So
here.
You're
No,
welcome.
wait. Tell us what's going on Suns with Luds.
Yes.
What do you have coming up?
Yeah, what's coming
You've
up?
been like killing it.
I'm gonna have today.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna follow up on our Dallas Warriors one that we did.
Uh-huh.
Chris LaValle in the military we're gonna kind of get into that kind of stuff. Chris plays for skates with us a couple times a week, and then he also skates with the Lone Star Warriors, who's kind of and they play in a bunch of military tournaments and things like that.
Very cool.
So we're gonna have him on toid, and then I'm bringing Hike in.
Oh,
We're gonna talk on Thursday and kind of get a little update where we think everything is. Would Mike Heika make any moves before the trade deadline?
When is the trade deadline?
March 3rd, I believe it is.
Okay.
So
a
about
little
a
bit of
month
time.
away.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel
Somewhere
like
around a
we're
month
pretty
away.
pretty good, don't you?
I wouldn't do a thing.
Yeah.
No.
Ready for the
I
second
wouldn't.
half?
But I mean, you add depth. That's what all I would do, and especially because I think there's a good bond there. I think there's a good team, and sometimes, in my opinion, sometimes you come in a couple days before the deadline, and you meet with your players and say, "Listen, we believe in you guys. We trust what's going on here. We like the chemistry.
And that means a lot.
There might
right?
be a couple depth tweaks, but this group is who we believe in."
Yeah.
You know, that might be the way to go.
That
Or you know what? You never know. I mean, they could add some kind of a piece that they're working on, but it's tough, you know, because I think they're up against the cap too. So that means if they're going to do something like that, they got to get rid of some good pieces.
Yeah.
And I don't think that. I think the kids that they decided to bring in this year have been very good.
It's been working.
There's
Fun.
chemistry.
Jamie Ben about to play his 1,000th game.
That's exciting.
Tonight, right?
Tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good for him. He's had a hell of a year.
Yeah.
I know.
And when we did the Hall of Fame deal, when Gainey and Hatch went in, I had a chance to talk to Jamie for a while. And when I left there, I was talking to a couple people the next day, and I said, he's in a good place. Like, I could just tell he was in a good place.
Good.
You know,
Yep.
and so I
feel
think
that
he's
way,
healthy.
too.
Same with Tyler. Tyler's healthy.
Yep.
I think we all underestimated how difficult it was recovery. You
Yeah.
know, for what he all had to go through. So
For
they're
sure.
both there, and obviously DeBoer has got the
Yeah,
guys. And
no kidding.
your husband told me right in the summer when we did that little thing out there in McKinney. He loved Pete. He goes, loved the way he approached it, and
Yep.
very easy. We're not changing a lot of things, and that's
Very
what
matter
players
of
want.
fact.
Players just
Yep.
want to go out there and play.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could have used a Central Division win, though, in the All-Star game. I could have.
Well,
'Cause
that's
there was a cash prize involved. He was going to split with the coaches.
Oh,
Speaking of the
man.
Central Division.
Yeah.
Do you want to finish there? And does Colorado want to finish in 8th? And do you want to play them in
I know.
round 1? Or, you know, so that'll be the interesting thing.
Yeah.
And that's not for anybody to worry about. Players don't worry about that. But I look at it, and Colorado's getting their players back. They're getting healthy. I think they may make a move and pick somebody up. And I don't know if I'd want to play them in the first round.
I mean,
You know, so who knows?
yeah, recent history says that
Yep.
you don't like
anyway.
playing them.
That's it. Well, we don't have any wine, no
I
taco
know.
sauce, no chips,
I know.
nothing.
I know.
Hey,
We'll go
you're
play
always
some wine.
welcome to bust into
I gotta
our
get out of
show.
here.
Okay.
We're wrapping up,
We're
and
wrapping
then
up.
you can come sit and do Suds with Luds. If you guys aren't watching Suds with Luds,
Suds with Luds.
you should spread the word. Suds with Luds.
Great hockey
Harps
stuff.
Court, Big Head Pod. Let me tell you something with Nate and Isaiah for all your Cowboy stuff. Those are our buds, and they are on the Dub Network. We're having so much fun with them, too. So a quick little shout out to them.
Yeah. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
I can't speak anymore.
I know, you're done.
I need to go get like some
You're tapped
Sudafed
out.
or something, and like
No, you need that early bird gummy. That's what you need.
I need to take a nap.
Thank you to Yokiro for bringing us treats.
Yes.
Emily's going to use these to serve her friends in the Super Bowl in the first half.
Everything except for the queso.
Before-
I'm gonna go try to find some. I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some queso when I could have had it just right here delivered to
I
me.
forgot you were having a party.
Party.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'll get over it.
Yeah, you will.
Okay. All right. It's been fun being back together.
Yeah.
We're working on some cool guests.
Yep.
Working on them. I reached out today about Bruce Bochy and Sonny and Kate Dykes. So
Awesome.
fingers crossed. Hopefully that will happen soon.
Yep.
Okay, everybody enjoy the Super Bowl. Thanks to our friends at Yokiero. Thanks to all of our sponsors for being so great to us.
Yes.
We love you all.
Thank you.
We will see you next week for episode 153. In the meantime, Mom Game.